What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Gump Nation with your boy Kangaroo Black. And you know what it is. Here at Gump Nation, there's always something to talk about when it comes to my Alabama Crimson Tide. And I just want to put this out there. My Alabama Crimson Tide spring game, the A-Day game, will be the only game that will be televised on ESPN. So, for all of you college football fans who are so concerned about what's going on in Tuscaloosa, just tune in to ESPN April 13th at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central, and 12 o'clock Pacific. Then you will see just a little remnants, just a little hint of what Coach Kalen DeBoer is cooking up. Okay, and I can guarantee you it's probably a lot of other spring games going on that day, April 13th, and probably at the same time. But a lot of you college football fans will rather sit at home and watch my Alabama spring game instead of going to your program spring game or watching your program spring game on television. And if you are watching your team, I guarantee you will be recording my Alabama Crimson Tide. Or if you go to your team spring game, yes, you're going to set your television to record my Alabama spring game. Or you will probably be at your team spring game trying to stream my Alabama Crimson Tide spring game. Because everybody wants to know, or everybody is wondering what's going on in Tuscaloosa. And everybody's trying to keep up with what's going on in Tuscaloosa. You should be more concerned about your own program. But yet, you are so interested in Tuscaloosa. My Alabama Crimson Tide got all the college football fans intrigued. Got them on their toes. Yes, keeping up or trying to keep up with what's going on in Tuscaloosa with my Alabama Crimson Tide. But let's get into this video and shout out to Bama Hammer. Shout out to Nicholas Rome for writing this piece, this article. And the name of this article is nothing but facts. College football is finding out the hard way that Alabama football is still Alabama. And guess what? Alabama is still doing Alabama things. Just to put it out there. And mostly what he's talking about is the recruiting side of the program. What Coach Kalen DeBoer is doing. Remember, he got the #1 wide receiver in the class to recommit. Back-to-back Alabama Mr. Football Ryan Williams, Ryan Hollywood Williams at that. I call him Flying Ryan Hollywood Williams. Coach Kalen DeBoer doing his thing. And he got, I believe he a defensive lineman, to flip from Auburn and commit to my Alabama Crimson Tide. And you remember Ryan Williams, he was supposed to take a visit to Auburn. It was said that he was going to be coming to Auburn. He was supposed to take a trip or a visit to Auburn and Texas. He canceled both of them after he met with Coach Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer is doing big things. All right, so Kalen DeBoer brought in, since he's been there, we ain't going to count Ryan Williams because he's part of the 2024 class. A 5-star and 3 4-stars. As a matter of fact, more than that. Because on signing day, 2 more guys signed with Ryan Williams. I believe both of them were 4-stars. One of them, I believe, yeah, both of them was 4 stars or 4-star and a 3-star, but all of them was part of the 2024 class. And he done brought in 3 4-stars for the 2025 class. So, Coach Kalen DeBoer is doing this thing. He over there kicking daggone Hugh Freeze's butt in recruiting. So, yes, recruiting ain't fell off. Everybody When Alabama hired Coach Kalen DeBoer, was saying he can't daggone recruit the South. Well, he's showing y'all. But let's go back to the A-Day game for a minute. Now, if Coach Kalen DeBoer and this Alabama team come and look good in this spring game, everybody gonna say, well, it was just a spring game. But if they look like crap, I told y'all Alabama gonna fall off. Well, guess what? You told us the same thing last season after the spring game. All we heard last season, the off season, who your quarterback. But guess what? Well, Alabama showed you who their quarterback was, and no team in the SEC could beat them. That's all I know. And like I told y'all, you should have been asking yourself, who y'all quarterback? It is what it is, baby. Alabama will always be better than you and your team. It's great to be an Alabama fan. But back to this article. Like I said, college football is finding out the hard way that Alabama football is still Alabama. Just putting it out there. Now, let's move on into the article. The moment Nick Saban retired, college football rejoiced in declaring that Alabama football would struggle in recruiting due to losing the NIL discount that Nick Saban brought. Well, you was wrong again. Anybody who said that Kalen DeBoer won't be able to recruit the South is wrong again. Just like all you haters, naysayers, and disbelievers is always wrong when it comes to my Alabama Crimson Tide. But anyway, and yes, the whole college football world, coaches included, was rejoicing when Nick Saban retired. But little did y'all know, we was going to bring in Kalen DeBoer, who was nothing but a winner, no matter where he goes. But anyway, back to the article. Rivals are finding out, however, that Kalen DeBoer and Alabama football are still one of the powers of college football, and they are here to stay. Ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. You might say your program ain't going nowhere either. Whoever you are, college football fan is. Well, you don't have to go nowhere. Your program ain't on Alabama's level anyway. So, don't go nowhere. Stay right where you at. Because guess what? Your program is stagnant. That's what they are. Keep it moving. Rivals questions DeBoer's ability to recruit the South, with Auburn fans even nicknaming DeBoer Husky Harsin. Well, you can call him what you want to. You can call him what you want to, but I know he hot on this damn recruiting trail, while Hugh Freeze is cold as hell. That's what he is. You got a cold front over there. You're freezing the damn death on the daggone recruiting trail. Auburn Tigers. I don't even know why I'm addressing Auburn Tigers. I mean, they ain't even worth talking about. I mean, okay, anyway. The result, however, leave Auburn and every other fan base with little to laugh about, as DeBoer has impressed early. Yes, it is early. Can he keep this hot streak up? You damn right he can. Coach Kalen DeBoer, for the first time that I ever heard of from any coach, hosted 70 recruits this past weekend. And I can guarantee you, it's going to be some more to commit. I believe he just signed the second-ranked wide receiver out of the state of Alabama this past Monday. And get what? It's going to be some more. It's going to be some more. And these guys that Coach Kalen DeBoer is signing, a lot of the top college football programs is recruiting these guys. But they are committing to my Alabama Crimson Tide under Coach Kalen DeBoer. But let's not forget, a commit don't mean that they're going to sign, because they can flip at any time Just ask Hugh Freeze that. But anyway, let me keep it moving, man, with this article, man. Okay, here we go. Talking about Coach Kalen DeBoer. His first true test on the job was landing 5-star wide receiver Ryan Hollywood Williams, who was heavily favored to land at Auburn while also considering SEC rival Texas and Texas A&M. DeBoer impressed Williams and was able to land him once again, giving DeBoer a signature recruiting win in his first month on the job. Matter of fact, that happened in about 2 weeks, I believe, after he got the job. Probably before then. But Ryan Williams only had to meet with Coach Kalen DeBoer one time. And Ryan Williams told everybody, you a fool if you don't sign with Alabama. Hey, the man already got the college football world scared of him already. But anyway, Alabama football also made a massive statement by landing defensive tackle Antonio Coleman. At the time, Coleman was the highest ranked recruit in Auburn's 2025 recruiting class before DeBoer stole him away, took the highest ranked recruit or highest ranked commit. You deserve every bit of it, Auburn. That's all I know. I don't even know who would want to play for Auburn anyway. You thought when y'all hired Hugh Freeze that y'all was on to something, that y'all was automatically going to start winning? Negative. You're the same old mediocre Auburn that you always have been. But anyway, Auburn fans thought that they were going to land top in-state receiver Derek Smith as well, with Auburn Insider predicting an Auburn commitment. DeBoer hosted Smith on the opening weekend of spring visits and landed the talented receiver over Auburn, Georgia, and others. Yes, I did a video on these recruits the other day. This guy, Auburn, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, LSU. I mean, basically, and every team in the SEC wanted this guy. But guess who got him? Kalen DeBoer and my Alabama Crimson Tide. While Auburn insiders predicting they was going to get him. Wrong again. But anyway, the area we've seen Alabama use sparingly in the past is the transfer portal, with Nick Saban never fully diving into the window. Well, I remember back in 2021, they was calling us, what, transfer portal you or something, because we picked up 6 transfers, while the 8 programs going out here getting 7, 8, 9 transfers, some 10, if not more. Damn near some of them whole team made up of transfers. But they laughed at Alabama when Nick Saban used the transfer portal and picked up 6 transfer portal players. But one thing about it, Alabama was going out there getting players out the transfer portal that could actually help the team. You look at Jahmyr Gibbs. What did he do for Alabama? What is he doing in the NFL now? Ripping it up. You look at Tyler Steen from Vanderbilt. NFL. Starting. Jamison Williams. What did he do for Alabama? In the NFL. Starting. Those are the type caliber players that Alabama go after in the transfer portal. But then you got these other programs talking shit about Alabama going in the transfer portal. Why they going in the transfer portal, picking up these guys, wide receivers that score maybe 2 touchdowns the whole season, 3 or 4 at the most. Getting these mediocre players out the transfer portal, while my Alabama Crimson Tide is getting the cream of the crop out the transfer portal. Getting these programs' best players. Now your team might can say, well, we got this program's best player, but that best player is coming from a daggone less than mediocre football team. So it didn't take much to be the best over there. But then when he get to you, he can't perform. That's not the case with Alabama. And that ain't going to be the case under Coach Kalen DeBoer. But anyway, DeBoer has already used the portal to land several that will play key roles on the Alabama football team. Keon Sabb was a part of Michigan's team that ended Alabama's season in the Rose Bowl and went on to win a national championship. He'll now be a starting safety in Kane Womack's defense. Along with him, DeBoer brought in Austin Mack. Now, he ain't going to be no starter. That's for the future, okay? But he brought in Austin Mack, a quarterback that may be the team's post-Miro starter. He also brought in one of the best centers in the country, Parker Brailsford, and a talented wide receiver, Jeremy Bernard. Okay, and while we're talking about Parker Brailsford, that guy is the #1 ranked center in that 2020 and going heading in that 2025. Alabama got 3 of the top 10 interior offensive linemen heading in that 2025. Matter of fact, Parker Brailsford, I believe he's #1. Tyler Booker, #3, and what's his name? Jaden. But anyway, #77. Damn, what's his name? Big guy. But anyway, he's the #7 ranked. Jaden Roberts. He's the #7th ranked interior offensive line. So Alabama got #1 interior offensive line, #3 interior offensive lineman, and the #7 interior offensive lineman on this offensive line going into 2025. Now we do got to replace the tackles, but Coach Kalen DeBoer going to get that situated. And our offensive line coach going to get that situated. I believe it's Hughes Lewis, whatever his damn name. We're going to get that situated. And you ain't going to see the issue that we had all across the offensive line the past 3 seasons. And you might want to say, well, those 2 interior offensive linemen, they was on the team last year. They got, what's his name, Jalen Milroe sacked 40 times. Well, maybe they was. Ain't no maybe. They was. But if you look at Jaden Roberts and Tyler Booker, as a matter of fact, Tyler Booker, he only gave up a half sack last season. I think Jaden Roberts gave up like 2 sacks, maybe 3. Caden Proctor was giving up them goddamn sacks. I'm telling you that now. But to everybody else, because he transferred, he was an elite offensive lineman when everybody was talking about it during the daggone season. But anyway, keep it moving. Where we at? Parker Brailsford, talented receiver Jeremy Bernard. We know about him. He's going to be a starter day 1. All right. Now, DeBoer has already proven that he has a great eye for talent, for talented coaches, and the ability to assemble an elite staff. He has even been able to rebound from the early losses of offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb and offensive line coach Scott Huff to the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, he didn't rebound. He didn't hire other coaches. Now, as far as the staff, will there be elite? That remains to be seen. But I got full confidence in this staff because guess what? Ain't nothing but winners all across the board. All right. On the defense side of the ball, DeBoer lured head coaches into assistant roles in Kane Womack and Maurice Linguist. Listen to that. He lured head coaches into assistant role. What head coaches want to leave their job as a head coach and come be an assistant, whether it be a defense or offensive coordinator, or wide receivers coach, defensive? If you're a head coach, why would you want to do that? I tell you why. These guys want to do it because they know they ain't working with nothing but a proven winner. And at Alabama, all you got to do is win. You're going to get a more lucrative job. Because Kane Womack, South Alabama, and Maurice Linguist was at Buffalo. So trust me, they're going to get a more lucrative job, Power 5 jobs. And just like Nick Saban was losing all these assistants, watch Coach Kalen DeBoer do the same thing because he's going to keep on winning. Yes, sir. But anyway, several of DeVore's coaches will likely be in Tuscaloosa for just one season, with Kane Womack, Colin Hitchler, and Jamarcus Shepard all seen as rising stars in the coaching world. Yep. But anyway, one week into spring practice, everything coming out of Tuscaloosa is positive regarding DeBoer and his staff. Every report, every one of them out of spring practice has praised the energy around the new coaching staff and how hands-on the on-field assistants are developing, coaching them up. The Alabama football program is set up to once again land in the top 10 of recruiting, top 5 class in 2025. The team currently has 5 4-star commits, with more on the way, perhaps as soon as this week. The team received 3 additional crystal ball predictions for 4-star recruits following DeBoer's first week hosting recruits this spring. Just last week, I believe we was ranked number in the 30s. We got these guys. We rank number 13 now. And guess what? That number gonna keep on falling. Believe that. But anyway, Alabama is still being Alabama. Alabama is still doing Alabama things. And just like it says, while many expected the first year or two to be rocky in the Kalen DeBoer era, so far it has been smooth sailing. Despite losing recruits after Nick Saban retirement, the new staff retained enough of the class to finish with the second-ranked recruiting class. Yes, we did. We finished with the second-ranked recruiting class for 2024. Even though Nick Saban retired and a lot of guys could have decommitted, we had a couple of the leave who hadn't signed. Julian Sane decommitted. It was another one who decommitted, but that's fine. We still got the meat of everybody who signed in their class. And guess what? A lot of them probably will be on the field this season. So hey, it is what it is, man. After the 2025 recruiting class saw a few prospects decommit, Kalen DeBoer has built the class back up to the 13th ranked recruiting class. So, matter of fact, last year at this time, I believe we was ranked like number 19. 2021 at this time, we was ranked 17. I remember that clearly because I was talking shit to those Miami fans. That's fact. But anyway, I know this video went kind of long, but hey, it is what it is. But the last thing I want to say, my last video I posed a question. How does Nick Saban retiring make your team better? The only logical answer I got, it was from 2 or 3 people. It said it's not the fact that Nick Saban retired made other teams better. It made Alabama worse. That's what they said. I can live with that. But the thing is, my response to that is that's not a proven fact. Not as of right now. That's wishful thinking. That's all that is. Because you know why? Last season, a lot of people were saying Alabama going 9-3, 8-4. Some said 7-5. That was wishful thinking. Some said Georgia was going to beat Alabama again and win the SEC, win the national championship in 2023 and repeat. Or 3-peat. That's what they were saying. Back to back to back. That was wishful thinking. None of that happened. Alabama didn't go 7-5, 8-4, 9-3. Georgia didn't win the SEC. They didn't beat Alabama. They didn't 3-peat. All of that was wishful thinking. And none of it happened. Just like y'all saying in the comments that Nick Saban retiring made Alabama worse. Wishful thinking. That's all it is. Now, if you say, hey, Alabama going 9-3, that's your expectation of Alabama. So if Alabama go 9-3, you shouldn't be able to talk shit about Alabama because you said that they was going 9-3. But if Alabama go 10-2 or 10-2, we'll say 10-2, you shouldn't be able to talk shit because they lost 2 games. Because you said they were going to lose 3. Am I right? Especially if you say they going 8-4 and they go 9-3, you should close your mouth. Because you said they wasn't even going to win 9 games. You said they were going to win 8. So you was wrong again. So it is what it is. But I know Alabama is on a whole nother standard than everybody else. That's just a fact. A whole lot of teams can go out here and lose 3 games. It ain't nothing. Lose 2 games. It ain't nothing. But that if Alabama lose 1 game, it's going to be world news. Not national news. World news. If they lose 1 game, just like when they lost to Texas, national news. Well, world news. Everybody was talking shit. But then they go on and reel off, 10 straight wins, I believe. Yeah, 10 straight wins. Matter of fact, 10 straight wins. And then, people were still talking because Alabama won winning by 30 points every game. Oh, they this and they look like this and they look, but they were winning games. So, it is what it is. Y'all just continue to hate Alabama. But guess what? Alabama football is still Alabama. And Alabama football still doing Alabama things. Roll damn Tide.